Here we go. Let's get it pumped up around here, folks. It's August. Case of the Mondays. 30th day of the month. Coming real quick on September. And you can wake me up when it's all over. Just setting everything up right now. We're at Lake Harriet, Band Shell, right in front of us here. So we got the crossroads. If you're gonna see a lot of bikers in this area. It's gonna get really interesting later on, I'm sure. Can't wait. In the meantime, we'll talk about some stuff. Bring some new things to your attention, maybe. See what happens. It's pretty early in the day. It's not even 4 o'clock yet. And so, really just trying to hammer away here. Just can't rest. No rest for the people who want to see something different for everybody else in the future. You know, that's what I'm looking for. That man or woman that's really ready to just make things right. A fun sign for all the people on their bikes coming down that hill. What did that sign say? Would Jesus wear a mask? What is this? Well, hopefully they don't crash and burn right in front of us. But if they do, we'll catch it on 360. I got this here. I guess I would play this song. No Lockdowns by Mainstreaming the Facts.
As long as this is still the US of A. We love this life, to God we pray. We giving thanks, the Constitution's here to stay. Stay 6 feet away.
That guy just said that Jesus would wear a mask.
We ain't taking no vaccine today, and we don't care what the wicked say. We gave our freedom away. So in peace we stay. We don't wanna be locked down today. We don't wanna be censored away. We need the truth, gonna light the way. We want freedom and a freedom we freedom we stay, freedom we play. It's freedom I take. In freedom we stay, in freedom we play. In freedom I wait. In freedom we stay. In freedom I play. It's freedom all day. It's freedom always.
That was, no lockdowns. Mainstreaming the facts. As we can tell, we can see that everybody hates the facts. Jack. So we'll just talk about it.
Yeah.
Wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake up.
Used to play pretend.
Wake up.
We would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away.
Wake up.
Used to play pretend. Used to play pretend.
Wake up.
Used to dream about a space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying,
Wake up, you need to wake up, you need to
we would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Saying,
wake up, you need to wake up, you need to
used to play pretend. Used to play pretend.
Wake up.
Used to dream about a space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying,
wake up, you need to wake up.
Land of the thieves, home of the slaves. 19 billion, that's 50 million a day. That's what NASA gets to lie to the human race. Pretending to go to space, but they fake it right to our face. They say they won't walk, but that just wasn't the case. Trying to tell us there's a world on Mars, but it's a fake. CGI satellites, but I don't see a trace. People everywhere waking up, we're shaking up the place. If you let me, I can shake up the thoughts that you tend to think of. Cause I fell in love with truth and I don't ever wanna break up. Let's take a look what's underneath the Hollywood makeup. So much they get put in our face is straight made up. This place they call a planet that they lied about the shape of. They can play pretend, but me, I'm calling for
Wake up.
Freemasons and Zionists, the ones that put the eye on it. Try to say they scientists, but I can't say I'm biased. Do you know what science is and how that they decided it? They just keep rewriting it to keep us from enlightenment. Knowing that they lying it, stay promoting violence. Knowing that we're gullible products of our environment. No, I can't be silent and nor will I be compliant. Not reliant on the tyrants to fall if we're not defiant. I can't seem to find the courage. Total social overture. The sun is small and local to the earth as it encircles her. Nothing like the lies of elite sun worshippers, but up against the Bible, I don't even need interpreters. Earth is flat and motionless. Open up the scope and see a boat across the ocean. This chemtrails clogging up what used to be an openness. And fluoridated water coming concentrated dose. Unconscious of the brokenness. People all over the place deceived. I hate to see. Space is not a place you see. It's fake. It's only make believe. That's the constellation to prove that the earth doesn't move. But the liars on wires wanna take away the truth. I'm screaming.
Wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake up.
Used to play pretend. Used to play pretend. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Used to play pretend. Used to play pretend. Used to dream about a space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying,
Wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake up.
Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead. Christ shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Have you ever wondered why, when you looked up in the sky, exactly how the sun and moon ended up the same size? 90 million miles and 250,000. Don't compete my poker face, consent to buy some odds. Yeah, I'll tell you this is gambling, with every dose of Ambien. You're managing to transfer in, so let me be your wake-up call. Let me be your wake-up call. You ever been to space at all? Who's above us? One that loves us, or aliens that hate us all? Man, I used to catch some Z's on this black plane. Then the alarm clock rang and morning, open those sleepy eyes. Yeah, good morning, wonder. Time to shake them dreams. Feel the Savior's love for you. This world ain't what you think, man. Good morning, beautiful. Time to rise and shine. Time to pray this morning. Yeah, open those sleepy eyes. Yeah, good morning, wonder. Time to shake them dreams. Feel the Savior's love for you. This world ain't what you think. This world ain't what you think. It's time to
Wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake up. Saying, wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake. We build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Saying, wake up, you need to wake up, you need to wake. Used to play pretend, used to play pretend. Used to dream about a space, but now they're laughing at the face. Saying, wake up, you need to wake up, wake up.
That was Wake Up, Stressed Out RMX, West Blaze Music, with a Z and a K for music. It's funny to see guys outside having a mask in their hand like it's a purse. It's not going to protect your hand from COVID. Put your mask on or leave it in the car. Pick which one you want to do. You're not cool and trendy by carrying a mask in your hand. It's not something that we do here in America. Yeah, it's your choice, but your mental illness is not going to provoke me into putting a mask on like a slave. And then they tell me how many vaccines they got. Or I'm just waiting for one more, maybe one more mask. Maybe one more vaccine will keep me safe. How about you wear one mask per your vaccine? How about if you got 3 booster shots, plus the 2, you need to wear 5 masks. Okay, you get it? This is math, this is logic. You know, things haven't changed in this country. 2 plus 2 equals 4, and you can't make me say 5 or 3. So if you could, for my safety, just wear a mask per vaccine you have in your body so we can identify you while you're out in public. All right. So I uploaded some videos onto my Instagrams for YouTube's. Authentic Intent Instagram videos. And then Sebastian 52 Durden, all spelled out, one word. I have a new 360 video out there. There she is smiling. Look at her smile. Just really good to see him out here. It's fabulous. It's totally fabulous outside. There he goes, coming around. You're in second place, man. You're almost there. A couple more laps to go. Need to encourage some people around here. There he goes, yellow coming around the corner here. Yellow coming up. There he goes. He goes that way. Oh, he's taking the super shortcut. Just going that way. There she goes. Oh, she's in second place. Oh my gosh. He took that turn really good. All right, a couple more. Keep pushing. There she goes. Keep pushing. Maybe go down a gear, make it a little harder for you. Hi there, there you go. There she goes, just coasting through, you know, no need to rush. Just take it easy. Oh, he's backing it up. He's cool. Backing. He's backpedaling while he's going forward. Are you learning anything from him? Nothing. That's too bad. There he goes. All right, let's go Twins. As long as they don't play the Yankees or the Boston Red Sox, we're in good shape. Which means we'll lose in the first round of the playoffs, if we make it. Let's go Kirk Cousins. He's still, you know, allegedly not vaccinated. Would you believe it if he told you that he was vaccinated? I just, you know, I had to do it. What if they play that card where it's just like, You know, hey Kirk, we just need you to rebel against it for a little while. And then, like, right before the season starts, you're gonna say that you took it. How much money do you think you would need to just say that you took something that you were so against? You're like, no, I'm good. I'm not gonna get that. Or even just to, like, how much could we pay you just to say that you got it and you really didn't? Like, what is that? What kind of mind screw is that? There he goes. $10 an hour. We need a traffic cop here. We need to get one of those where they put them by the schools to find out how fast you're going down here. I could face the camera this way so you guys could see, you know, the people that are coming this way. And then I have, well, I could show you the signs, I guess. So this is what they see when they're coming down the hill, you know. So here's the scenery right now. You know, it is early. It's still not even 4 o'clock yet, technically. It's about 5 minutes till Central Standard Time to 4 p.m. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. There they go. Now, they can take a right. You know, you can try to maybe skid that and take a right and then go this way. But most people just take it and they just go left, and then, you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully nobody gets too rowdy or wants to be a speed demon. But so, yeah, here's the table. So this is how far away we are right now. And you know, you can read. Let's just be real here. They can figure it out, have it cross their mind. Maybe it's never crossed their mind yet. It seems to be crossing the mainstream media's mind because people are writing articles about it. Like they're trendy and they came up with the idea on their own. There's a sign right there. Obviously that's like a shortcut that people take. That's like the Super Mario Kart shortcut right there.
The earth is round.
Yeah, like a penny. Or a pizza, maybe? Maybe you could say sphere. Or like a baseball. Let's go Twins. There he goes. He's just ready. He's got the gloves and everything. So that's what everybody's seeing as they come here. So a lot of people bike that way towards the left of that tree. And then they come zipping up. And then they take a left. And then they cross my sign that says, masks cause mental illness. So let's, you know, you do have to put your head on a swivel while you're out here, because there's bikers everywhere. And I got the 360 going, so I'm really excited. That's what the signs are. And then here comes this guy. There we go. When they read the sign, they can read. They just got obliterated. Like, we don't even know what to do now. Gotta put your blinker on around here. Alright, then that's what we have here. Have a little pyramid, I guess. And then vaccine makers are exempt from liability. That's what it's saying in the parking lot. So everybody, I don't know if there's a concert going on today or not, but, you know, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's something going on here in the area at the band Shell. So really excited to be here, as you can tell by the sound of my voice. Let's give 360 a tour. And I'll tell everybody. have confirmation bias. It's right next to you, so you can just have a quick little back in the day. Imagine if they were able to discipline children like they were able to discipline them back in the 40s and the 50s and 60s. So here's our signs. For the table. A little table talk on a case of the Mondays. Case of the Mondays.
Keep talking.
Oh, that's what we do. Yeah, just, keep doing it. Alright. Yeah, so if you're new to 360 videos, and you're on your desktop, you can use the mouse and put it on the screen of the video and then move the camera. Or you can use SWSA keys and move the camera that way. Or if you're on your mobile, you can hold it in your hand and then spin around, and you can move the camera that way, or else you can move the camera with your finger by sliding it on your screen. So it's a very good, very fun experience. It's really changes the game. It's just totally different experience after you have the 360 option. And then it's all you want to do, but it does take a lot of memory. So I had to buy a new external hard drive. So that was like $100. So if you'd like to help out and pay for that, you can go to Venmo, Authentic Intent, or Cash App, Authentic Intent, all in a word. And help me out, that would be great. I like to do this anyways. This is really just all I think about all the time. I don't know about everybody else, but it's quite exhausting because I want to do other things, like when I do other things with other people, but like when I'm alone or whatever, like I'm always just trying to think of the next day or the next opportunity to talk about stuff with people and how to respond to criticism and people. I try to learn and take into consideration such things. But it's all about just doing it, right? I mean, what do these people all know? Well, we all know that their compliance is just going to make this continue to go on. It's like a headache that will never peak. It's almost like what is going to satisfy somebody who carries a mask in their hand to an outdoor venue. I'll just, that's why I want to go to the state fair sometime and just kind of see what it's like with that. It was nice over the weekend, so the attendance for the state fair was really big over the weekend. So I'd like to get an idea of what it looks like. Hey, how's it going?
Good. So
Yeah.
they're hiding more land, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I mean, my question more like why or how are they hiding more land?
You think we live on a globe, right?
Yep.
Why is that?
Earth sphere.
Yeah, why do you figure that is?
There's quite a bit of scientific evidence.
So when you were 5 years old, you were like, there's a lot of scientific evidence, so I'm going to believe Earth is a globe.
It continues to come out, but yeah, I believe
Oh.
the facts. Yeah.
Facts. Have you ever landed on the moon before?
No,
Have you ever taken a picture of Earth from space before?
not personally, no.
Have you ever been higher than a commercial airliner, like 40,000, 38,000 feet?
No.
Neither have I. So why do I think the Earth is flat and you think it's a globe still?
Well, I believe evidence presented by others, but I've seen the curvature of the Earth myself on the ocean.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's pretty easy to observe.
Don't you think it would be just even more apparent if you were 120,000 feet from the ground?
And I don't agree with what you're doing.
Hey, good for you, man. I agree with you, man. Nice shirt. Spider-Man, let's go. And so, you can't see curvature of the Earth from the ground, let alone from 25 miles from the ground, which is like 4 times higher than an airliner, right?
I don't know if that's true. So what I was describing is I've seen ocean vessels coming in from deep sea, and you watch them from the horizon, you can see them just the top of the boat, and then eventually, as it comes within like 2 miles or something, I forget what that distance is, you can see the full ship, but
With your naked eye, right?
binoculars.
Okay, binoculars.
Yeah.
And you've never considered any other, like, reasoning behind that? Has it ever crossed your mind to think any other way than that's the curvature of the Earth?
Well, yeah, I might have been predisposed to believe it because of facts I've heard, but what evidence do you have to suggest it's not round?
Oh, yeah, sure. I've been to the ocean before, in like Thailand, and seen the sunrise and the sunset. And one thing I notice about the sun, when it gets really low on the horizon, that sun ray comes all the way up to your feet, and it starts as far as you can see, right? So that's impossible on a curved surface. Like the sun ray would only come up to halfway, and it wouldn't come up to your feet on a curved surface. So on a flat surface, a body of water that's contained and at rest, that sun ray comes all the way up to your feet. And the reason why the boat disappears from the bottom down to up is because earlier in the day, when there's no sun, like 6 o'clock in the morning, and the surface level of the water temperature is really cool and kind of at equilibrium with the air temperature, then you can see further because there's no evaporation that's happened to the surface of the water. But if it's like 5 or 6 o'clock at night and the sun has been beating down on the surface of the water for so long, it's going to start to evaporate and give you like a mirroring effect that compounds onto itself for like 10 miles.
I've seen it both times of day.
Yeah.
It's not something I would say is exclusive to late day.
Yeah, so you can see it, happen, but it's further away. Your optics of the horizon are alleged because it changes time of day, wind, pollution and dust in the air and things of that nature. So there's so many variables that to use that as some kind of a proof, then I think somebody might be intellectually dishonest about maybe considering some other possibilities, like water temperature.
I'm just saying you were kind of challenging me to present personal observations.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, both times of day I've observed it. But so what evidence do you have to suggest it's not flat or it's not round?
Well, it's not a sphere. Round can be a penny or a pizza.
Yeah.
Those are round. Type in Google round table on Amazon, and you don't get any globe tables. You get flat
Right.
tables.
I guess I was
right?
asking. It seems to me that you believe the Earth is flat.
I know it's
asking
flat.
what
Yeah.
evidence you have to support that.
When water is contained and at rest, it lays level and flat at the surface. So no amount of water makes it bend to make a sphere in an environment that's scientifically impossible,
You
like
think
a
there's
vacuum.
Gravitational pull.
Demonstrate gravity turning things into a sphere and then floating in midair, and then I'll believe your theory of gravity. That's tangible. Can you show me a natural reoccurring phenomenon of a vacuum in this park here somewhere?
No, it's gravitational pull on Earth isn't going to be efficient to demonstrate that.
Yeah,
We've
and
got to
so-
deal with a mass much larger.
Yeah, and that's totally a theory, and that's like, in my opinion, a childlike belief to say that a massive amount of land and water can turn into a sphere and then support a moon, but then go around the sun.
Yeah.
That's totally illogical as an adult, as a human being. It really is.
Well, good luck, bud.
Yeah, because water lays level and flat when it's contained, and there's no outer space. Good luck with you, my friend. Good luck with you. He thinks everything's happening on a globe, spinning in all different directions while he's on the bike. So, are you adjusting for the curve and the spin of the earth and everything that comes into that when you guys bike around this corner? Like, give me a break. Like, they want to hang on to some childlike belief, and they get butthurt when you call them out for believing in pseudoscience, things that you can't prove yourself, other people's testimonies. These people are ridiculous, and you know that, but it's just good to see, to get a reminder that 98%, 98 out of 100 of these people will turn on you.
You ready for that? Ready for that.
It's like the new flag is the mask. The disposable mask that even on the box says that it protects you from nothing is the new flag for America, it seems like. Oh yeah.
Yes, he would.
Okay. Maybe you could show me in the Bible where it says that? Got any, maybe something I don't know? Anybody can come and provide that, that'd be great. Yes, he would. Alright, well, let's just write that down as a yes. Haven't seen anybody today, anyways, say no, he wouldn't. Go that shortcut. Super Mario Kart shortcut. Maybe this one. see here. New Zealand reports. Oh, squeaky brakes. Might want to get those fixed. They're called Geico. Geico or something. Hi there. Yeah, so New Zealand is reporting their first death due to the COVID's Pfizer vaccine. So whatever that means. It's kind of all over right now. I've seen a couple of articles about it, but I saw that Alex Jones had something to say about it, so I was going to see what he had to say. This one's from The Hill. New Zealand reports first death following Pfizer vaccine shot. It's interesting that in the 70s, they allegedly stopped the swine flu vaccine after 53 people died during the trials. So that's interesting. New Zealand on Monday, today. Oh, there we go. Interesting. It's one of those websites where it puts this pop-up in front of you so you can't read it really well. New Zealand on Monday announced it had recorded its first death linked to Pfizer's COVID hoaxing after a woman suffered from myocarditis, which is known to be a rare side effect of inflammation in the heart. Yeah, so it's so rare that I haven't heard it all the time. When it comes to these hoaxings, it's so rare that it's like, Hale-Bopp comet or, any of these other comets, Halley's Comet that comes around. That's rare. When's the last time? Last time I heard about Hale-Bopp was I actually watched a conspiracy episode about the psychological aspects of that guy who suicided everybody. She shakes her head. Oh, I'm gonna pack it up now because she shook her head at me. New Zealand's COVID hoaxing Independent Safety Monitoring Board, CVISMB, released a statement on Monday, today, advising healthcare officials and consumers to be aware of myocarditis and pericarditis, another rare side. Yeah, it's so rare. I just rarely ever hear this stuff. Getting side effects from the hoaxine is so rare. I don't hear about it at all every day. What's that? Can't hear you. You're running away. What? Huh? What? Huh? Oh, he's running away. He's still running away. How interesting. Interesting. I'm so hurt by his feelings. Should pack it up. I knew they were going to be a problem when they came by. You just know about these people, you know what I mean?
Good question. Do you know how to get downtown from here?
Port off. Yeah. If you go out here, you follow this until you hit the stoplight, and you keep going straight till you get to, Lake Street.
So go out here. If I go out here, I'll hit the lake. So go right.
Yeah, you'll hit the lake, and then you'll go right, and you'll stay to the right of Lake Calhoun, and then you'll take a right at the first stoplight, which is 36,
Okay.
and then take a left on Hennepin or Lindale.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I can't even read this. Well, anyways, let's see what Alex Jones has to say about it. There she is, pulling up the rear in second place. You'll catch up sometime, dear. She'll catch up to him eventually. She just keeps on trucking. Oh, okay, Alex Jones talks about Japan's second emergency recall of Moderna because they were contaminated. So that's what this is for. I'm sure he says something about New Zealand too. It's like a whole episode.
August 29th report was posted to the John Bound section of Band.video, but that's not the subject that I was going to be covering when we come back. So we're going to try it again. We're going to air this report when we come back. Will the FDA destroy our military?
Oh, that's too much. So, yeah, I read that Japan is putting the brakes on. And then, you know, it's like everywhere. Like, why would you think that getting this is a good idea or safe? And, you know, these people who bike around this lake and everything, they think that, you know, we're just supposed to go along with it. So we have to kind of step up our game a little bit.
It's the last time. Last time.
Oh yeah? One more. Still early in the day. They're taking their senior pictures over there at the whatchamacallit, bandstand. Kind of fun. About like I'll take my graduation pictures here. Going to prom. Like a whole setup. Well, that video is already deleted that I shared earlier. I knew I should have recorded it on my phone. It's this girl, she was saying how there's this, or maybe it's, oh, okay, it's here.
Hi, this is Cassandra S. Dunn, your favorite registered nurse, coming to you live from an undisclosed location. I just wanted to let everybody
Here's
know
what she
that
looks like.
not only am I a registered nurse for several decades, almost 3, I'm also a certified federal medical investigator. I am bringing you today information about the swab that is used to test for the current claimed pandemic. Facebook took down my previous video, just happened to disappear, so I'm bringing you another one. I'm also going to transfer this video to my website, purplelionproject.com, as soon as I'm done, so that it's not disappeared again. So the swabs that are used for testing, I have 2 of them here, made by different manufacturers. The first one is made by Ningbo HLS Medical Products, and it's made in China. On it, it says sterile/EO. Keep that in mind. because I'm going to give additional information what the EO stands for. Here's the other one. This one is made by Miraclean Technology, and this is also made in China. It also says sterile/EO. So these are two different swabs that are used deep into the nasal cavity, halfway up to your skull, to test for the current pandemic. I don't want to say the name of it because I don't want to get banned again from Facebook. So what is EO? EO stands for ethylene oxide. So these swabs are saturated with, coated with EO, ethylene oxide. So what is ethylene oxide? Per the United States Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA classified ethylene oxide as a human carcinogen in December 2016. The EPA, as well as the International Agency for Research on Cancer and the National Toxicology Program, classifies ethylene oxide as a carcinogen to humans. Evidence in humans indicates that exposure to ethylene oxide by inhalation increases the risk of lymphoma cancers, myelomas, and leukemias, and for females, breast cancer. Ethylene oxide is mutagenic, which means it can change the DNA in your cells. Children may be more susceptible to the harmful effects of mutagenic substances. It also states here that acute inhalation exposure of workers to high levels of ethylene oxide has resulted in nausea, vomiting, neurological disorders, bronchitis, pulmonary edema, and emphysema. Some evidence exists indicating that inhalation exposure to ethylene oxide can cause an increased rate of miscarriages in female workers. Reproductive effects have been noted in inhalation. Exposure studies include decreased testicular weights and sperm concentration and testicular degeneration. Ethylene oxide has been shown to cause lymphoid cancer and tumors of the brain, lung, connective tissue, uterus, breasts in animals exposed to ethylene oxide by inhalation. So that's from the United States Environmental Protection Agency. This is from the Department of Health and Human Services on ethylene oxide. The DNA damaging activity of ethylene oxide explains its effectiveness as a sterilant, and this same property accounts for its carcinogenic risk to humans. This is from the Canadian version of OSHA. It's called the Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety. This is their information about ethylene oxide. It states it's very toxic, causes cancer, changes in your genetics, and reproductive toxicity. It says it's very toxic, fatal if inhaled, may damage fertility, and causes genetic defects. Also states that it's a carcinogen, known to cause reduced fertility. So again, I just wanted to go over and let people know what is in this swab that's made in China. Some state workers where I live are having to have this test done daily before they enter their work site. I wonder what the long-term effects of this swabbing is going to be. So again, here's your proof. These nasal swabs that are used to test for this quote, pandemic are made in China, dipped in ethylene oxide, saturated with it. And this is what they're putting up deep into your nasal cavity, close to your brain. No, thank you. So again, this is Cassandra Dunn, registered nurse, certified federal medical investigator, coming to you with information about the swab. If you have any questions, please, or comments, just click below, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. I'll be transferring this to my new website called purplelionproject.com. I don't know what to say, people. This shit's for real. I can't make this up. We're being poisoned in every way, shape, and form, and it all stems from China. Anything that comes from China is pretty much garbage. Everything is always contaminated with toxic lead, and toys from China is garbage. Garbage. The vitamins that are at Walmart.
What's up?
Sorry about that.
Sorry about what?
I agree with what you're doing, but I don't agree with you.
Oh, okay. Why do you think that?
I have a physics degree.
Okay.
I believe in gravity.
Oh, you believe in it. Got it. So it's like a religion to you? How do you have two pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier? Oh, interesting. You're a physics science man, and you don't know how you do that?
I took thermodynamics.
Okay, well, how do you have two pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier? Come back to me. Or you're destroyed right now like stardust. Anybody who puts vaccines in their child's body is causing mental illness.
What are those?
Who here loves putting a mask on a child for 8 hours a day in school? Who likes child abuse? Where are all the hands at? Who loves child abuse here? And wearing a mask in school for 8 hours a day. And mandatory vaccines in schools to get brainwashed. Oh, she shakes her head. Want to talk about it, lady? No? I'll just ghost you. Here's what we did over here. So as the bikers come down at breakneck speed, I put this here. So they're biking. They can read. Figure it out. Earth is flat. That away, it's flat. Alright. And then if you're late to the game, this is what the table looks like. He's a physics major. Good for him. I just think it's funny to see people out in public carrying their mask around their hand like it's a purse. Like it's going to protect their hand from getting COVID everywhere. Then they put a mask on outside when they're out in public because they hate air and breathing. Oh, I just better conform so nobody looks at me any different. I'm wearing a mask. Now I can virtue signal. There he is. Coming around the bend. Alright, Northern 411, Rebecca Gary 5, thanks a lot. Mumsy Bear. And then, everybody else in the background. Make sure to go to Sebastian 52 Durden, all spelled out, not the numbers. And you can check out my new 360 channel because I'm banned. Oh, they keep banning me. It's just bound to happen. I mean, you know, I don't want to say the word on a stream because I don't want my channel to get ghosted. If people want to watch your content, they'll find you. You know? So like all these people who spell out vaccine or vaxxed and all this other stuff, it's just kind of, why are you like kind of conforming to the censorship and using code words? What is the point of using code words? You're not being yourself. You're not being genuine. You're not actually sharing information properly. Because you're just preaching to the choir, basically. That's all most people are doing anyways. When they're online, specifically, you know, you just got members-only chat. Okay, cool. Members-only chat. You're not part of the club. I haven't vetted you. I mean, it's tempting for me to just make my 360 streams only available on Patreon. You know, but whatever. I have no respect for money, I guess. That's why I'm not rich. That's probably why I'm still single, because I have no passive income or anything like that right now, really. And that's fine. But it would be nice to share this with somebody, but women are so attached to money and material wealth, and what are you going to do for me in 10 years? Where are we going to live in 10 years, 5 years? You're going to last that long? You're going to last 2 years in a marriage nowadays? That's why people don't even get married. They're like, oh, we'll just not get married. We're kind of married. And it's like, well, I think you should have a ceremony and have all your friends and family there. And like, do it right. Why are you so mad? Is that how many vaccines you got? Of course you do, yes. You're not fully vaccinated. You need a booster shot to be fully vaccinated. What is it going to boost? Certainly doesn't boost your intelligence, does it, lady? As you walk away. I got two vaccines. Yeah, of course you do. They love telling you. They love telling you. Meet you at the crossroads. You don't belong there. Meet you at the crossroads. Oh, here comes that know-it-all. So why you know about gravity? That's why you're lazy. You don't want to use the skateboard like it's designed. He wants to get the automated one. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. There he is, smiling. Laughter's the best medicine. You bite by my table, it's like you're already healthy. It's like a vaccine. Only healthier, and it doesn't kill you. That's what smiling is. Never heard of anybody dying while they're... Well, I guess maybe somebody did die while they were laughing or smiling. What happened? What's going on? What's that? How come you're biking away? You call me a name and now you bike away like a coward? Oh yeah, bye. Calls me a name and he bikes away with his friend. How convenient. Thanks. Share it with all your friends. You got a link you can give me so I can go to your channel where you're going to share it? Because, no. You're doing me a favor by sharing it with anybody and taking a picture of it.
Oh, thanks.
So it's like the 100 monkey syndrome.
I appreciate it.
You know what that is? You think Earth is a ball too, right? Floating on the bending of space-time. Figured that they were going to stop and do that. I'm angry. How dare this American come out to the public and challenge me. Let's go, Usher. What will we do? Okay, this is from Business Insider. About 1 in 8 nurses hasn't gotten a COVID vaccine or doesn't plan to get one. A new survey finds for more staffing shortages at hospitals. Oh, interesting. So it's almost like they're weeding out the people that don't want to conform and they're accepting all of the people who do. You see this transition? It's kind of like what's happening with social media right now and how people are going to Rumble or BitChute and things like that. Like they're taking your influence away from impacting the normies. And most people just do it. They just are, yeah, okay. So hopefully, nurses continue to stand up and see what happens and don't conform or fall into the pressure of wanting to keep a $50 an hour job. Everything that you saw in the past was a precursor to what's happening right now. For whatever reason, they feel like whatever's happening right now is like, really the Goldilocks zone. It's that perfect temperature where propaganda and saying something is misinformation just can easily roll off the tongue of most of the public. Or it comes out their water bottle as they dump it on my chalk. Some 25% of the nurses surveyed were weary of the safety and effectiveness of the vaccines available. Well, of course they are. They were touting how effective they were when this story all started, when this movie that we're all living in right now started. And so now they're saying that you need to add more because like the half-life is 6 months. You can't just remove it. It's this idea of once you create matter, you can't just destroy it because even if you burn it, you still have ashes. You know, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't matter how minute or whatever. There he is, smiling. Good to see your smile, guy. Keep it up. One more lap. Loses his effectiveness. Give me a break. What a ridiculous notion. The polio vaccine didn't lose its effectiveness. All of these other precursors, you know, even for the tetanus shot, what do they say? Take it every 10 years or something like that? No, COVID, you have to take it every 6 months. You have to update it.
Cool.
Yeah, how's it going?
Flat Earth matters.
Yeah, why not?
So, your idea here is that this is really the shape of the Earth?
Well, I mean, could we agree that that's the shape of the continents and everything?
Well, I guess that's not my question.
Well, we got to start from somewhere. Can we rationally agree that we can't confirm that those are what the continents look like, but those are what they look like?
Okay.
Okay. Is that fair enough to say that that's in the relation to how they would look on a globe Earth if you were to see it as a flat Earth map?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're there, right? Okay, so why can't there be more land here? Because they're not obligated to tell you that there's more land here.
Continental drift.
What about it?
That's why the planets are where they are, and there's plenty of fossil evidence to show that millions of years ago there was a Pangea, and ever since then, for instance, the Himalayas are caused by this subcontinent shoving in right there, and that makes the mountains.
Mm. Okay. How does that make a globe then?
I can see I'm not going to convince you, but
I can see I'm not going to convince you because you seem to be under this notion that when you were taught something at 5 years old, you believe authority and you never question it again.
Well, I got a minor in physics. And
okay. Well, I have a major in observation and being a rational human being. Because I've been here for 40 years, sir, and water, when it's contained, lays level and flat when it's at rest. So where's the curvature of this ball Earth?
How do you explain the fact that when a ship goes off into the distance, it goes down, and the last thing you see is the top of the mast as it goes over the curve of the Earth?
Okay, so that's a fact that it goes away from you and it disappears from the bottom up. But it's not a fact to assume that that's curvature.
Well, if it was flat, then it would slowly go into the distance. But if you had a telescope that was powerful enough, you'd still see the whole ship.
You can, yeah.
But you don't.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. You want to know why that is?
Because the Earth is round.
No, a penny's round.
What's that?
A pizza is round, sir. This is round. If you Google or go to Amazon
the Earth is a sphere.
and you type in round table, are you going to get tables that are a sphere? Can you set your dinner on a sphere table?
A sphere. The Earth is a sphere.
Okay. So the phenomenon of why things disappear from the bottom up is temperature of the air and the water. So
I gotta go.
As it's beating down on the surface of the water, creates evaporation, and the water vapor is compounding onto itself for 10 or 20 miles. Earlier in the morning, you can see that ship further away, but it's always going to disappear from the bottom up. Do an experiment. Go to the Mall of America and have your friend put a camera on the ground, and then you walk away. And guess what's going to disappear first?
Depends on how you got the camera set.
I just told you, you're putting it on the ground.
Telescopic is.
And then I'm saying you put it on the ground, and your feet are going to disappear first on a flat surface like the Mall of America. Is the Mall of America curving? Sir, you can keep running away and being in denial, but Earth is flat, bro. You have no excuse now. Woe be to him. As coronavirus hospitalizations surge again because of the Delta, American hospitals are dealing with another obstacle. 1 in 8 nurses hasn't gotten the COVID vaccine. Doesn't plan to get one, a new survey found. 1 out of 8 nurses aren't going to get the vaccine. Just heads up. Everybody want to know that. Maybe that's something you want to just kind of consider. That the highest vaccine hesitant population are doctors and medical professionals. Gee, I wonder why medical professionals are the highest vaccine hesitant population. Huh. Why is it that doctors are recommending you get something that they're not going to get themselves? That's interesting. Very interesting. I have this other news article here that I just saw today that McDonald's is planning on, they're just basically on the edge of shutting down their indoor dining services because of the Delta variant. That's a real article. This is NBC News. See if I can show you all here. It's a real news article. McDonald's considers closing indoor seating amid the Delta hoax. Hey, how's it going?
You broke my sister's arm.
I broke your sister's arm?
She fucking poured water on your table and you threw her to the ground and you bruised her and you broke her goddamn arm.
I did?
Yes!
Do you have any evidence of this?
Taking the picture of this so we can make a police report.
Do you have any evidence of this?
We have evidence of
I have a fucking broken arm.
Okay.
Just pictures of you fucker.
Oh,
what's wrong with
What's
you?
your name?
She's a woman. You threw a woman to the ground.
And what did she do?
You're a
again?
big man.
What did she do again?
She poured water on your table. She's a young girl.
So she dumped water on my table?
And you get to push her on the ground and harass her?
She violated my property?
She violated your property. You're on public property.
And she dumped water on it?
Oh my God, she dumped water on it. So you threw her to the ground, broke her arm,
true?
and bruised her.
Well, you're not a very big man.
Okay, yeah, I'm not. So
and there's not much substance to you.
Yeah. Okay, there's not. There's obviously not much substance to you either.
Oh, this is your world, the flat one.
This is your world, the round, the ball Earth that you've never verified yourself.
What's your name?
I have no obligation
You're
to tell
just
you.
anonymous, huh?
What? Am I? You're arresting me or something?
No.
Did I commit a crime?
You did commit a crime.
Oh. Did she commit a crime?
You did commit an assault.
Did she commit assault?
And I wouldn't be committing assaults any longer.
So dumping water on somebody's property
It's not battery.
is not
It's
assault.
not battery. It's not assault. Assault would be throwing water directly at you, not on your property.
Oh, okay. So destroying my property isn't.
It's not.
Destroying my property with water isn't.
He's trying to.
I don't
assault?
care. I've been waiting for this for like a couple weeks. I have
good for
nothing to
you.
live for.
Okay, good for you. So what do you want to kill me or something?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm
Okay, so that's
crazy
good
like
to know.
you.
All right. Well, you're on camera too. You're live right now on Instagram.
I hope I am.
So
This country's falling apart because of people like you, because you just haven't inherited unforetold wealth and you just sit on your ass and do nothing. This is what you're doing.
what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? Seems like you're here harassing me about some claim. So what are you here for? What are you doing with your life?
My sister.
Show me. Okay, you'll come back. Okay. Well, if I go missing or anything happens to me, we know who to... What's your name? What's your name? Okay. Why would I storm the Capitol? You believe hoaxes and you believe propaganda, dude?
I don't believe in anything.
You believe in Paul? Okay, so Paul. You guys are engaging with me and accusing me of doing something that then you admit that you're whatever assaulted me in my property, dude. You guys are crazy. Now we know Paul. Now we know Paul and his dad's last name. If anything happens to me, we know who to call and contact. Over what again? Accusations? Get a haircut, you hippie. You look like a woman. Yeah. Thank you. On a guy, there are many things wrong with it. You don't know the difference between a guy or a girl. That's why we have long hair, and males have and females have different genitalia. This is science. You know, XX, XY, you want to talk about science? Yes, XY and XX. It's called chromosomes. We use those, and then we use physical features where a woman has long hair and a guy has short hair. A woman wears a dress and a guy doesn't.
That's all it is.
What? It's sexist? It's sexist to know what the difference is between a guy and a girl?
It's sexist to say women have to have long hair and wear dresses.
It would be preferred, yeah. Oh, it's sexist. Oh, says the guy with long hair all bunned up like a woman. How interesting. Oh my God, you think this is the internet? You can walk by and say something and not get something back? You can't, like, ghost me. Oh, are you going to come do it? No, you're not going to come kick my ass, but you're going to say I'm going to get my ass kicked while you bike away like a coward. Oh, yeah, I know. Exactly. And I'm still here 5 years later. Still waiting for somebody to come kill me and kick my ass. I've been out here for 5 years. The guy just here a minute ago with the long hair. The guy with the long hair. I have it on camera. The guy that I was just talking to who I said needs to get a haircut, you know, back then, 10 minutes ago. Remember that? Oh, see, now you remember. Well, I need to talk to you because you're like 50 feet away from me and you're walking away like another child. So is that how many vaccines you got?
I got 3 yesterday.
Yeah, I would ask, can you wear 1 mask per vaccine out in public, please, for my safety? Yeah, so wear 3 masks if you got 3 vaccines. So why is that so hard? I can't hear you. You're walking away. Blue-haired girl. Like a Smurf. We got Smurfs in the area now. Can we just ask that if you are a woman, you don't dye your hair another Pokemon color? Hi there. Are you kidding me? Come and threaten me. Somebody comes to my table and dumps water on it, and then they come and accuse me. This is unbelievable. This place is wildly ridiculous. Can't hear you. You're biking away. McDonald's considers closing indoor seating amid surge of Delta variant. This is a real article. This is how they reinforce the false narrative to make it exacerbated to be something that it's not. Well, now you need to boycott McDonald's. Is that possible for anybody to do in America for 1 week? to not go to McDonald's, to not go to Taco Bell? Is that possible to do that? McDonald's instructed its franchisees on steps they should take to reclose their dining rooms in regions where the Delta variant is spreading rapidly, according to internal company materials seen by Reuters. McDonald's executives recommended franchisees consider closing their indoor seatings in countries where COVID cases exceed 250 per 100,000 people on a rolling 3-week average. Wow. Some U.S. fast food restaurants are closing indoor seating areas or limiting hours of operation because of the spread of the Delta COVIDs. McDonald's had temporarily closed indoor dining at nearly all U.S. locations in 2020, but reopened 70% of them last month. The global burger chain said on July 28 that it was on track to open nearly 100% by Labor Day. This coming Monday, next Monday, barring any COVID resurgences. But last week, McDonald's instructed its franchisees on steps that they should take to reclose. We have a much deeper sense of what actions make a difference for the safety of our restaurant teams and crews, McDonald's USA President Joe Erlinger said Wednesday. The materials did not specify which locations will shut down indoor seating. One McDonald's franchisee who operates multiple locations told Reuters that it had to bar indoor seatings at several restaurants. But expected closures are fewer than the number that shuttered in the spring of 2020 when the pandemic first hit the U.S. We're monitoring the impact of the Delta variant closely and recently convened together with our franchisees to underscore existing protocols, reinforce our people-first approach, and provide updates on the rise in cases in the country. McDonald's said in a statement on Friday. Drive-through, carry-out, and delivery helped fast food sales last year. That impacts PMT restaurants had to cut hours in a few of its nearly 40 KFCs and Taco Bell restaurants in Alabama and Georgia because they were short-staffed when several employees became infected with COVID. That impacts Taco Bell locations in particular because closing at 8 p.m. instead of midnight or later means the restaurant loses its late night customers who are 20% of their business. More like half. Like, my goodness, I drive by that Taco Bell near my house when I get done here. Oh, it's every day, basically. And there's no way, it's there are so many people getting fast food. It is totally astronomical. It's crazy. How's it going?
All right.
All right, let's go red. Stanford for the win. All right. It's kind of ridiculous. Because there's so many people at KFC and, you want to know what the worst? The restaurant, the fast food restaurant that just destroys everything, though, is easily Chick-fil-A. They have triple lanes here in Minneapolis. Next year, Taco Bell we're going to have the first 2-story Taco Bell here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, somewhere, I think. Somewhere in Minnesota, locally. It'll look like one of those old banks, where it had the vault, you can drive under, and then they have an upstairs office and everything, and then you drove under, and then you had the tellers, and then you had the things that you put in the vacuum, and then you shoot it up, right? And they're making that concept into a Taco Bell, and they're gonna introduce that design next year here in Minnesota. Fast food isn't going away. And then people have this expectation that you have to do things to your body to keep other people safe so they can continue to eat garbage their whole life. The Daily Beast, pastor fired for promoting the COVID vaccine on MSNBC's Morning Joe. Why, as a Christian and an American, I got the vaccine.
Dumb fucks like you are making everybody else sick.
Oh, where's your mask at? Where's your mask? Where's it at?
Yeah, I'm vaccinated. I'm out in the outside.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah, how many vaccines are you going to get?
Other stupid people to get everybody else sick.
Oh, take care of yourself. Your health is not my concern. I've worked 40 years to be healthy, sir, and the vaccine doesn't make you healthy. Yeah, get another booster shot, you communist. Come make me. I'm waiting. Just don't vaccinate your dog again and put a mask on it. You got that? You put a mask on your dog. I can't hear you. You seem to keep walking away. You keep walking away. It's just really odd to me. More Americans who hate facts and think we landed on the moon. Bunch of brainwashed Americans. You are the worst. I can't even believe how brainwashed you are. You love to be lied to. It's like an addiction. You love the victim mentality that you guys get as an American. And you guys think you got it so good here. Oh, 1939 Germany, that never happened here. So I'll just carry my mask in my hand like I'm some status symbol, like I'm trendy. Having a mask on your hands, that's ridiculous. You are ridiculous. It doesn't even help you. A mask is worthless. The New England Journal of Medicine says it's a talisman. It's for you to make you feel all safe. My goodness, you are so brainwashed. It's so sad. I cry for you when I come here because how ignorant you are and how naive. You love to be lied to on a daily basis. You wouldn't know truth if it came out and died on a tree for you and rose from the dead. An evangelical pastor and senior vice president for a nonprofit called National Religious Broadcasters was fired on Friday for promoting the COVID hoaxing on MSNBC Morning Joe. There we are. I got third place. Come on, man. You can do it. Just take a drink of water and let's get pushing it. Gosh, let's go. Third place. If you're not first, you're last. When I want to get the 4th vaccine, I want to be in line for it right now. Just tell me where I got to go to line up for the 4th booster shot. When Daniel Darling appeared on the show August 2nd, he said his faith motivated him to get hoaxinated. You have no faith, in my opinion. I believe in this hoaxing because I don't want to see anyone else die of COVID. Ridiculous. What a ridiculous notion. Our family has lost too many close friends and relatives to COVID, including an uncle and beloved member of the church, our piano teacher. Hey, how about y'all just eat a better diet? What were you doing with the cigarettes and the bad food that you're all eating? There he is. That's his second lap. Let's go. Oh, is that how many vaccines you got too? Can't hear you. Everybody's showing me that they're number 1. How nice of them. I love it. I love it. Having a mask in your hand doesn't keep your hand from getting COVID. Can't get any side effects if you don't take the vaccine. Can't die if you don't take the vaccine. Facts. Walk around with a mask on your hands the whole day. Just in case, you know, somebody asks me who my allegiance is to. But national religious broadcasters and 1,100 member organization of Christian communicators told Darling his statements violated their policy. Hey, there he is laughing. Laughter is the best medicine. Come make me. He was told he could not sign a statement admitting he had been insubordinate and admit that his pro-vaccine statements were wrong or be fired. Chose the latter. Yeah, nice work there, 32. Way to go. Sport. This is the Daily Beast. They love these articles. Daily Beast is just so fun. So funny to read. This is kind of funny. This is from the Financial Times. Carnival Cruise Line failed to protect passengers from virus despite warnings, lawsuit claims. Oh. Okay. Can't just read news anymore, you gotta subscribe. Well, that's the news article. Carnival failed to protect passengers. So I guess it's like, you know how like when you go to a parking lot and they have this sign that says, you know, Walmart, we're not responsible for your car being broken into, even though you're on our property. Now, all of a sudden, you know, it's other people's fault for not protecting you from the invisible enemy. This is ridiculous. This is totally clown world. This is La La Land. I for sure, because he would get destroyed. That's why. You would get obliterated with facts, because you hate facts. And you want to keep your children far away from factual information. That's why you won't talk to me. White shirt. This is local, Minneapolis angle. Osterholm says schools should deploy air filters, quality masking to mitigate spread of COVIDs. This is Dateline yesterday. All across Minnesota, strong debate continues over COVIDs. 1984. Safety protocols as classrooms start to open this year. Changes decisions constantly. Recommends universal masking for students and staff, along with at least 3 feet of social distancing. Oh, whatever happened to 6? Each individual school district in Minnesota is deciding its own course of action. Dr. Michael Osterholm, director of the University of Minnesota's Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy, told 5 Eyewitness News that there is no way to guarantee 100% safety for children as they return to the school year this year. But he said there are always ways to make your school safer as a classroom. So is it a classroom or is it a prison? I'm confused. Maybe if we just turn schools into restaurants, children could take off their mask at the table. So maybe we just need to convert all of our schools into restaurants so our children can sit at their table without a mask on. Seems pretty reasonable. Since everybody wants to just be some law-abiding citizen all of a sudden and turn into a robot. Why are you putting a mask on your child to begin with in school? That's child abuse. That's torture. Putting a mask on your child in school, it's not school anymore. It's a prison. You guys like putting your children into 1935 Germany prison? Is that where you guys get off on? And then the parents don't wear a mask. How convenient. So the population that will get everybody the most sick, which are vaccinated adults, aren't wearing masks, but then all the children have to wear masks. Even though they're the least likely to, quote, get sick of a 99% recovery rate illness. Oh gosh, I had the blahs, so now I gotta wear a mask everywhere. Well, maybe you change your diet and have a better outlook on life and treat better people with respect. You won't get sick all of a sudden. Getting a vaccine 5 times a month, that's a drug addiction. By getting drugs in the needle every few months, you're addicted to drugs. What was that? I can't hear you. You're walking away. Maybe you could turn around? You could turn around. Oh yeah, always the woman. Yep. Always the woman who has to open her mouth and then keep walking away. It means that you're walking by and you don't say anything, but she has to say something. I'm opening my mouth, dude. I'm not talking to her. Was I addressing her?
It's always the woman. Yeah, you did.
I did now because she's walking by and she calls me names.
You're standing here trying to start conflict with
I'm
people.
reading
What
a
the fuck
news
do you
article,
expect?
dude.
What do you expect? What are you trying to do?
What are you trying to do? Why are you here? Why don't you keep going with your family?
Because you called me over here.
I didn't call you over here.
Sure did. You wanted our attention. You want us to turn around. What the fuck do you want?
What do you want?
To understand why you feel okay to disrespect
Why does she
people.
feel the need to open her mouth as I'm not talking to her when she walks by?
You are.
Oh, I did. I dressed the lady in the hat. Did I say lady in the hat, this and that? Is that what I said?
You said that you're addicted to drugs because you have a needle. You're using needle drugs.
And so you took that personally. So you take it as a personal attack? I can't speak freely in America anymore?
Nobody said you can't.
Okay, then there you go.
Okay.
So if you open your mouth, then I'm going to address it then.
So why is it always the lady? Is that what you don't?
Well, I just seem to find that
women?
more women are more open to talking about this or that than the men that walk around this lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're cucks.
What is that? How does that even make sense?
It means that he wants you to watch me get fucked.
No, it means that I want you to grow a backbone, and when you're walking by and you disagree with what I say, your woman shouldn't be the one to say something. Maybe you should say
Because
something.
she's what, half a human?
No, I'm.
Women don't have the right to fucking talk?
No, they do.
Okay, so what?
Now I'm talking to you.
Why?
So, because you came here and acted like you're going to do something. So what do you want to do?
Because you started talking shit.
Why are you here starting conflict with people?
Because I'm tired of people walking around acting like there's not a pandemic going on, and there clearly isn't.
You're tired of people walking around like there's not a pandemic going on, but there clearly isn't.
Yeah, there clearly is not a pandemic going on, right?
So you're upset that people are acting like there's not a pandemic?
Yeah, there are people being locked down right now in Australia. There are people being locked down in New Zealand. People are dying from the vaccine right now. Yeah, New Zealand just reported their first death of the Pfizer vaccine related case.
Okay.
And so if they're just saying one case,
68 million vaccines and there's one death
from the Pfizer mRNA
that.
vaccine,
and you're more upset about that than just the 600,000 people that have died in America alone.
Of what?
Because of COVID.
Of the blahs, of a 99% recovery rate.
So you're more upset about the 1%, the one person who died from a Pfizer vaccine than
Why aren't you?
millions of
Why
people.
aren't you?
Why don't I what?
Why aren't you concerned about all the people on GoFundMe who are having adverse reactions to it and then found out that vaccine companies aren't liable for their sickness now? And now they're asking for money because they're vaccine injured.
Why don't I care about that?
Yeah, are you aware of that?
You're making that assumption.
Are you aware of those people?
Yeah, there's plenty of people.
So
out
you've
there
gone
that-
on to GoFundMe
that
and you've read testimonies of people who are vaccine damaged.
I don't need to do that to
Oh, why not?
understand that that's something going on.
Why not? You're not worth the effort, ma'am.
Why? I don't need to go on there to understand what's happening. Yes, I've heard of these things.
Do you believe it's really happening?
Do I believe that
People are dying
some
and getting
people have
severely
adverse
sick.
reactions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So do you know how many people died in 1976 for the swine flu vaccine and they shut it down?
So what's your actual point?
53 people.
Like, why are you out here insulting people?
I'm not insulting people.
Shit?
I'm reading an article and I'm sharing my opinion. If you take it personally, that's on you.
When you said it's always the woman that's got to open her mouth, that's
Oh,
personal.
that was totally after the fact,
That's
and you're
personal.
again,
No, that's when it turned personal. That's
and
when it turned
again,
personal.
and again, you're going back. I'm speaking my mind, and she opens her mouth, so I'm going to respond.
And she can't open her mouth.
And
because
I
she's a
find
woman.
that a lot of women are the ones who at least open their mouth and say they agree or don't than the men do. If you have a problem with that, then maybe you should buck up a little bit then, huh?
Not for him.
Great.
That's why it came out of my mouth.
Good.
So he had nothing to do with it.
Good.
And you had a problem because you can't get your little dick wet or something.
Oh, yeah,
But a
that's it.
woman
It always goes to
had the
sexual stuff here.
audacity-
You're going to use sexual inundations in front of your child.
Gender?
Are you serious? Yeah, vaccines cause injury and death, lady, and mental illness.
I tried.
Yeah, all you want to do is just love government and wear a mask and get vaccinated. Because you're a government zealot.
I'm not a big mask wearer, but I mean, I'm not going to sit in the park and fight about it.
Yeah, because this is life or death now, lady. Maybe you should look at the VAERS statistics.
Did you know that anybody can report to VAERS and it doesn't get checked on? Like, you can put whatever
Yeah, of course. I'm sure you can.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep, and then you can come up with all the cases too, right? Like Enron. Remember Enron? And all the missing money and all the number manipulation that they did there?
Adverse reactions to the vaccine.
What's
That's
that?
why you're so upset. Because some people have had adverse reactions to the vaccine. That's why you're upset?
Oh, there's a lot of reasons why I'm out here, but I don't have to give you an explanation, right? Like, this is what I like to do in my free time.
Right.
So if somebody gets
So now
triggered,
I'm curious. I'm trying to understand, man. Why are you so upset?
because this vaccine is changing the entire concept of human relations, and people don't see that. Do you know what the mark of the beast is?
Sure.
Revelation 13.
Sure.
So do you not see this as a precursor to such an idea?
So it's a religious thing. You're out here because
I'm just giving I'm giving you an
vaccine
observation.
It's fulfilling a prophecy that your religion believes.
It's showing consistencies with these people who are the elites. They believe the Bible more than most people do. So you need to understand that in Freemasonry they have the whole King James Holy Bible at the top of any other scriptures or books that they have in their group.
And that's the book that you
I'm just saying
love as well.
I'm saying that they have the capability of using their influence to procure prophecies as if to say that they're just naturally happening. Like weather manipulation in the 60s, JFK talked about it and how they do it right now.
Sure.
In Dubai, they made it rain a couple of months ago because it hadn't rained for so long, and they were touting it on the news.
And that makes you upset?
Well, if they're saying that if they can control the weather and they have certain properties in the air where they can do that, then global warming or climate change is a hoax and it's a farce. But everybody believes in climate change, but nobody considers that they're manipulating the weather, and they have been.
Polar ice caps are melting, and the atmosphere is warming. Like, that's fact. You don't believe that?
No, that was happening like 100 years ago.
Right.
So if you look at history, this is a process.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. So it's not
process
actually global warming.
in
It just
which-
happens every 100
But the
years.
process is the atmosphere warming, right?
Because of climate change, right? But it's also because they're injecting the air with aerosols. It's called geoengineering. Do you know about that?
Nonetheless, the temperature is rising. Yes or
Because
no?
they're
Yes or no?
because they're controlling the weather.
Yes or no?
Because they're controlling the
The
weather.
temperature is rising, and that's an issue, right?
Of course.
So what makes it a hoax? The temperature is rising.
Because
the
they're
climate
using
is-
synthetic ways to make it rise. I don't understand why I'm not communicating this very well. Okay?
Because you're not making good points.
I am making good points. If they're manipulating the weather on purpose to make it warmer, then it's not naturally occurring.
But it's still happening, and it's still
Like, my goodness.
Yeah, but it's still warming, right?
Yes,
So then
of
it's
course
still
it
an
is,
issue.
because they're doing it,
So
but
we
they're
move
not
by that.
saying
We
it that.
recognize that it's an issue, then we move forward. You're the one that doesn't want to go back.
No, but
We
you're
move
not
forward.
you're not realizing that it's not occurring naturally.
None of this is natural. Look at the Industrial Revolution. Of
Oh
course
my
this is not
gosh.
natural. We've severely altered our surroundings.
You haven't done anything, my friend.
Okay.
The establishment is doing it. The
Okay.
people
We
before
as
you.
in humans, yes. We as in the human race have severely altered our surroundings, and that has caused the climate to raise. So it's not a hoax, it's happening.
They're doing it on purpose. If you look at Bill Gates, he's purposely spraying our skies with isolates to dim the sun.
So then what do we do?
We start boycotting stuff.
If
Like
you're
what?
dimming the sun,
Like McDonald's?
wouldn't that make the
So he
earth
doesn't care
cooler?
about himself or his kids or his grandkids? You're an idiot. You're
What?
An idiot. He doesn't care about himself, his health, his kids. His
He doesn't care
grandkids.
about you, lady. He's not a doctor.
Yes, but he cares about his family. He's not
Yeah, that's why they're not vaccinated, and you are most likely.
Oh, I'm sure they're vaccinated.
No, they're not.
Two of
So
our
much
friends who
about
are not
people.
vaccinated are dead, and everyone we know who's vaccinated is fine.
Uh-huh.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time
Yeah.
trying to reason with this kind of nut.
So they're not getting breakthrough cases or developing double pneumonia right now?
It's happening,
We
but
waited so long for idiots like you to give
No, that's not my your responsibility is not my health responsibility. That's not how we're not going to project, lady. Your health is not my concern. Take care of yourself.
why are you concerning yourself with
Good.
everybody else out here?
Because there's actually people who agree with me. You know, far be it for you to know.
Agree with you on what?
Pretty much everything that I say.
What are you saying? Like, what are you trying to get across?
Hey, I got you here. Right? So you were going to continue on your way.
And I'm here now. I'm invested. I want to know like what you're actually.
Do you expect
trying
to get
say.
like any answers here, or do you want
Oh,
you want to hear what I have to say and then mull it over the night?
I'm really interested in why, like, what your point is.
So, do you agree with vaccine mandates?
No.
Do you agree with children having to wear masks in school?
Yeah.
That's child abuse.
In what way?
They put masks on people to mute them, to show identification as a slave, to withhold oxygen from people because it does cause long-term brain damage because you're not getting enough oxygen into your body.
So you're here because you care about my kids having a mask or not?
I care about the future generation. If parents want to kind of just steer the ship into another iceberg, that's great. Put the children on a boat then, and don't vaccinate them, and don't put a mask on them then,
How do we
please.
move forward? What do you propose?
Well, we need to stop supporting companies and businesses that have vaccine passport mandates, getting tested, stop going to football games, stop going to these stores that offer, free
So lock
incentives.
ourselves down.
Why can't you, do you know how to cook?
Yes, he knows how to cook.
So you're saying we
Okay,
should
do-
lock
do you
ourselves
know how to
down?
cook?
It's irrelevant.
Okay, well, it's not irrelevant because when I go home tonight, I see like 15 cars lined up at Taco Bell. And these are the same people that are telling me to get vaccinated, and it's like, bro, you're like 250 pounds.
But you don't want to get vaccinated, you don't want to have masks, and you don't want lockdowns, but then you don't have like a viable path forward. How do you beat a
that is
global
because you
pandemic
ignore
without any
it.
of those
It's not
things?
real. It's propaganda. The only reason that COVID is even here still is because of the TV and propaganda.
You think so?
I know
You
so.
truly believe that?
I know so. They're allowed to
How do you know?
propagandize on the public.
How do you know?
Smith-Mundt Act of 2012?
How do you know though?
Do you know what the Smith-Mundt Act of 2012
How do
is?
you know that there's no Delta variant, there's no Lambda variant, that people aren't getting sick and dying?
Where all the people that haven't worn a mask for the last 18 months are still alive like me.
All the people. That's a wild statement.
So no, that's not a wild statement because all
You said
the people who don't wear a mask should be dead right now, right?
Lots of them are.
Well, a lot of them aren't.
Lots of them are getting sick right now.
So what about cigarette smoke and people who get sick with cancer and they have to go get help? Is that okay?
What about it?
Is it okay for somebody who knows the effects of smoking cigarettes for 30 years, gets lung cancer, and then goes to the hospital? Do you agree with them getting help?
What does it matter?
Do you agree with them getting help? Can you just follow my logic here, please? Okay, so if you don't agree that they can get help, it's not, because why don't you hear what I have to say? If people who are in the hospital for smoking for 30 years, they get help, but people who don't get vaccinated and get sick and go to the hospital, they're denying them health care. Are you hearing me? See, you're not even hearing me. They're denying health care for people who are unvaccinated.
I love you.
They're denying health care for people who are unvaccinated.
I love you.
You don't care about that, obviously. Obviously. Obviously, you guys don't care.
But my uncle isn't vaccinated.
Yeah, you see, that's sarcastic. You're sarcastic. You're being sarcastic. Have a nice day, sir. My goodness. People smoke for 40 years. People are fat and overweight and are dying of obesity, and they get help. But people who are unvaccinated, they don't get help for some reason. For some reason, we have this like two-tier system in Nazi America where unvaccinated people get disrespected. Weird. How the people who are more intelligent and don't fall under some hypnosis while they're watching the news and brainwashed are the most intelligent people. The non-vaccinated. I can't hear you. You're running away also. How interesting. You're going to cause an accident. Why don't you learn how to bike? Come make me. Turn around and come and make me. I don't even have to, I'm just saying news articles. I'm reading news articles out in public verbatim and I get accosted. How interesting. How convenient for everybody. If you don't have anything nice to say to me, don't say anything at all. Why is it that hard to keep your mouth shut? Just keep biking along. It's not that hard to do. You do it on the internet all the time. You change the channel on the TV set. Oh, I don't like what this guy is saying. I'm going to change the channel. How interesting. If you don't like what somebody's saying, leave. Communist. All right, hope you're all doing fine out there at an Insta-ounce. I'm having a good time. Yeah, I know, right? What are they doing here? They just came to the lake to talk to me and then they left right away? I don't get it. Let's have Bill walk the plank first. Is he pro-lockdown? Sounds like it. Yeah, they certainly love to, be mean verbally, but then when they get it back at them, interesting. They don't like that very much. Oh, wait, he has a backbone and you won't let me talk to him this way? Oh. Here's some entertainment for you. This is from the Daily Beast. Don't negotiate with Trump's disease-spreading zombie army. And then they have some GIF where it's like these COVID balls are falling from the hat. This is from the Daily Beast opinion section, Dateline earlier today, this morning. What will it take for the American majority to stop being hijacked by the bad faith politics and increasingly radical GOP that will stop at nothing to promote death and achieve minority rule? Most of us in this country who have chosen life during a pandemic are asked to coddle the unhinged temper tantrums and violent extremism of a conservative base that continues supporting the Jan 6 violent insurrection. Yeah, it was so violent, you know, all these old ladies coming in with their flag waving in their hand. Yeah, it was so just terrifying. Going in there with all those fists and, you know, legs. Really just overpowered them. And, you know, they were attacking our right to vote and is willing to sacrifice our children as canaries in the COVID's coal mine. There's a lot of hyperlinks. To pretty much that whole paragraph is a hyperlink. It's like, oh, go here and read more about how we hate non-vaccinated people. To fuel their endless culture war during a pandemic that has killed over 600,000 Americans. Yeah, did you count those people? 600,000 Americans are dead from getting the blahs. 70 to 80% of those people all passed away in some kind of a nursing home or whatever. The average death of a COVID patient is like 80 years. They're actually living longer than people without COVID. That's interesting. People who allegedly die from COVID are living longer than the national average in America. Welcome to the upside down world. Democracy might not survive, but the ratings will be great as the GOP base has become so unhinged and radicalized on a feed bag of disinformation to the point that Crenshaw and Slavish MAGA man got heckled for refusing to say the election was stolen. Even Trump, their God King, was booed by his adoring cult at a recent rally in Alabama. Did he praise Muslims? Hug an undocumented immigrant? Compliment Obama? Nope. He simply gently reminded that they take a life-saving vaccine, like he did, that will protect them from suffering a tragic and unnecessary death. Okay. You're going to die anyways. Hate to break it to everybody. You're going to die, just a heads up, just a matter of when and where. Some vaccine isn't going to stop death. It's actually going to probably promote death, from what I've read. From the research I've done, wearing a mask and getting vaccinated actually does the opposite of healthy living. You can't win over these folks anymore. They are too far over the bend to get brought back around by hillbilly elegies. FDA vaccine approvals, sympathetic profiles of voters in Rust Belt diners, or town halls with undecided voters. Facts and common sense and good-naturedness will not sway their fragile, terrified hearts. Sounds like we're talking about vaccine wearers. Enough coddling. It's time to say enough is enough. Thankfully, Democrats are flexing their slim congregational minorities, a result of Republican gerrymandering and trying to push back. The 13-person House panel selected to investigate the Jan 6 riot, I put that in quotes, announced Wednesday that it's requesting communications from within the Trump White House and other agencies to determine information about the planning and funding of said day, which left 5 people dead. This includes asking telecommunication companies to preserve phone records of congressmen to ascertain what, if anything, they knew about what was unfolding in the riots and when. All right, blah, 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 blah. Let's see if we get any more vaccine talk here. Basically, you're some army. To quote Batman, begins, "I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you." Oh, interesting. I could use the same exact rhetoric. All of this is projection. All of these news articles and everything, it's literally to make you and dehumanize you. How's it going?
Good. Keep
All right.
up the fight. I'm actually a retired oral and maxillofacial surgeon.
Okay.
My friend used to work at the CDC, quit in the 90s because it's all politics. He's an MD, epidemiologist. He agrees with you.
Yeah,
And I
thanks.
agree.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir. Thank you. Have a safe trip around the lake again. See, there we go. What are we, like one for a dozen of people that want to talk to me and they're all like foaming at the mouth? Good to hear that guy. He was a medical doctor. I'm going to switch to DLive and Twitch. So hopefully I can do that fast enough to make sure that I keep all these people in check. Because usually like when I switch, I do want to take like a 10-minute break and just kind of take it all in, but I need accountability too. So, so let me show you all really quick here. Hey, booed. Yeah, the hoaxing is one of the best new words. Yeah, I think so too. It's pretty fun. Kind of just wraps everything all up in a little syringe for you. Vaccines cause death here on the ground. And then Earth is flat. I don't see why not. And then masks cause mental illness. The mask is really the biggest problem here. You know, the vaccine is certainly, you know, something that needs to be dealt with, but the war on oxygen. And Flat Earth matters. Because they're hiding more land. And then we have that sign right there as people come down the hill on their bikes and they come to